Yeah, you know, you have the NBA market, but the biggest market for pro basketball players is the whole international market, and our medium, which is Eurobasket, serves as the information source to the whole global basketball community. And a lot of the other summer exposure camps, they advertise on Eurobasket, so we felt there was a niche in the market to present like our platform for coaches, players, agents to network and to give these type of players who are looking for exposure for pro basketball. Not only Europe, you have like South America, Asia, minor leagues in the United States. So this, our whole concept and objective is to create a platform but use the website technology to promote the guys.
You know, you come out here and these guys, for them, went to small schools, didn't get a lot of publicity and everything. They're dying for recognition. It's got to feel good for you when you see your guys make it to these leagues and really blossom.
Yeah, I mean, over the last 20 years that I've been associated with European basketball, I've seen a variety of like Division II All-Americans, NAIA All-Americans go to Europe. And the one thing about these players, they're used to being dominant. They're used to what I call being the man. So these guys are actually good players for Europe. A lot of times they get not recognized in the United States because they're coming from small schools, but they have big games and they're used to like making free throws in the clutch, scoring 20 points. So when they get in these teams in Europe, a lot of times these guys blossom. I've seen guys, one of the guys who's here, Mike Smith, I believe, went to a small school, but Mike was over there making in Spain like $800,000 a year. He was one of the biggest players ever, American players in the early 90s, played against Sabonis and all the big name guys. So there's been a lot of guys who've had great careers coming from small schools.
You've obviously lived out in Europe and you've been here. For these guys, some of them small towns they come from, how big is the culture shock those first couple weeks out there?
I say the culture shock probably lasts about anywhere from 3 to 6 months. I remember my first time over there and I was like, well, in America we do this, America we do that. And what happens is after a while you adjust. You're around different people, different food, different lifestyle, different coaching. And you know, it takes a while. A lot of the kids in their first 2 or 3 months, they go through the homesick type of feeling. And after a while they do adjust. And if a guy can make it his first year, they usually have good careers if they don't get cut in the meantime. In Europe, if you're not doing your job, they will send you home quick.
Last one. Word of advice. Anyone watching this, any guys that come to this interview on Mouthpiece Sports and see it, and what do you tell them if they're just remotely thinking about getting involved in playing, trying to play in Europe?
In terms of if they're trying to play in Europe, I mean, they need to have, first of all, you have to have a game.
Yep.
The basketball in the United States is totally different from, you know, in the NBA, you got guys who are shooting 42% from the field, but they got a $60 million guaranteed contract. In Europe, if you shoot 42% from the field, you will not keep a job.
Really?
So the game is different. So, I mean, these guys, like I told them earlier today, they need their videotapes. They need to educate themselves on the market. They need to look at Eurobasket, locate a good agent, and sometimes the big agent is not the best situation for a smaller player. They need a guy who's going to work for them, market them, understand the market, get themselves out there, and you know, just kind of like have a diverse marketing strategy. Go to the camps, email marketing. You know, put yourself in the right situation to be successful.